Blaise. I'm going to change a little bit the world of heart or cardiology to more teaching and training ideas. I've been working with the university in Thailand and the World Federation of Interventional Therapeutic Neuroradiology for actually about 15 to 20 years. We have always been working with how to train, whom to be trained, and duration and details. So I just want to share some idea that actually our federation was considering this since a long time ago, 1998, that we start to figure out about this idea of training. And it was for sure all the pioneers in the field by the time. And then we try to scope into Southeast Asia. So let me start with the three very important keywords, which we believe that is important for training interventional neuroradiology. First, knowledge. Second, competence. And third, attitude. So Ganesh is from India, for sure, that's the god. And how about knowledge? Actually, knowledge means the basic knowledge in the fundamental basis in terms from the anatomy, biology, embryology, and the national history of disease. So that means you can have this kind of course in many places in the world, but one that we can offer you in Southeast Asia is what I've been doing since the year 2000, which is called Planet Course. So yeah, we have lectures, we have class, we have workshop, we have two ways communication to make sure that it covered from anatomy, physiology, pathology, biology, genetics, angioarchitecture, classification, incidence, prevalence, clinical history diagnosis, clinical objective. What do you want to treat? Why you want to treat? And what is your risk versus the risk of the disease? This is what we try to train people, that not because you have a hammer that you can nail everything. So we include for sure ethics, that we will for sure having this. You know, my teacher, P.An, always compare our training, our career path with flying a plane. So you may start with the basic type of the checklist. Checklists are very important for the pilot, same as us. So now, after knowing the basic knowledge, you go to practice. There are so many types of practical course, offering many places in the world now. Even the link there is coming for Link Asia. That is not anymore only in Europe or in US. So that is the part that you start to have the basic practice. And theory of practice. So techniques come, and now you want to see how your master do the technique. But for sure, you need to immediately recognize why complications occur, how it occurs, and try to analyze. And one complication should happen only once in your life. It should be analyzed and not let it happen again in your life, at least. And that's how to immediate correct or do the best for that complications. That are things that include in this type of, you know, clinical morphological objective. Many diseases you don't need to be 100% cured, but you know, at least you relieve the symptoms and balance the natural history of the disease and your own risk of treatment to become cured. For sure, if you can cure with an acceptable risk, it's very fine to do that. Okay, so that comes to the detail. And now in this part, I think all our friends, the commercial companies are coming to get involved with us. That starting from the basic devices to very, very advanced device and need a lot of technique. Skills and operating, yeah, good practice and good handling. You know, there are people who do this and they are hands-on. Hands-on is, now I know there are live case courses that is, have a lot of positive side to learn how to make a decision and how to recognize things immediately on site. But at the same time, ethics comes, and you need to balance, are you fair to the patient and the family doing that live case showing that can have for sure some risk, even in the best hands. So make sure that this can be balanced, and then your technique may be simulator. Simulator in the flight attendance is the same as simulator that we have. We can do it in the, you know, the models, animals, and then to our patients. So make sure that you pass all these skill, risk management, and safety. There are many levels that can be done. I was saying to you that emergency decision teamwork, briefing, debriefing. So this is, can happen the same as the flight here. And then at the end, you can do advanced special training. You can do flipping the plane, or what we say, the triple stent, or 5 flow diverters in our case in the brain. And that is, should happen only when you pass all of the previous pathway. So by doing this, we think it's still very, very reasonable to work with the World Authority or World Organization, especially the World, all these group. In Asia, we have AAFICN, which is Asian Australasian Federation of Interventional and Therapeutic Neurology. I always speak about how to train with them. And so this is the topic that I always talk in the society, from recruitment down to there. So for example, this is a must for the beginner to learn. And I show you there are a lot of courses offered in Asia. We do planet course. First, we make sure that the vascular anatomy you should know, not only in the brain, but the maxillofacial, skull base, and inside the brain are the same important to each other. I always said that when my teacher say that you are fine if you don't have bilateral carotid, you don't have bilateral vertebral artery, but you cannot live without external carotid system. So it's embryologically speaking, it's true. And so the importance of knowing this is very crucial when you start to fly, to perform cases. And for sure, the second session should include first the natural history, imaging. Imaging knowledge become more and more. You can see a lot of images in the cardiological part, but in neuro, yeah, it's even very, very detailed. So now if you accept 3 specialties, neuroradiologists, for sure, they can be better in terms of imaging details. But if you are a neurosurgeon and neurologist, make sure you fill the gap of your knowledge in being able to analyze neuroradiologists' images. Not actually at the level of the very high end, like functional or molecular imaging, but at least in details of each disease, you need to make sure that your training program for each specialty compromise each other. For example, neuroradiologists, you should have a rotation to the ICU, to the NICU, to know the medication, for the basic medication, the dose, the side effect of it. So you need to compromise the tailor-made course that depends. Here, I know that there are many neurosurgeons, the same as in Japan. I think 90 to 95% of interventional neurologists are neurosurgeons. This is not so surprised. But in Europe, we start with neuroradiologists, the same as in Thailand. So the host of each training will become based on each country. So our recommendation is just to make you adapt into your own culture or your own possibility of training a qualified neurointerventionalist doctor. This is part of the Planet course we started in 2000 until now. We still have it, and we are very happy that we have many Vietnamese. I mean, after Kinh, you've been there in 2005, is that right? So, you know, he can guarantee and he can be the person who knows how to enter this kind of course. We still offered the teaching mostly in Thailand. And from that very dedicated master degree, where after my teacher died in 2008, so we shift to the Planet course. And then a little detailed about this in 2006, that we tried to put the standard of practice. We tried to put how and whom to train and where to be trained. And you can have a look at this article. It was long time ago that at least the capability of the training center should have this equipment, these personals, and you know, radiographer and nurses become the same important as us doctors. So, and then we were working later on, and we tried to think whom should we train. I mean, that is before the stroke really happened in 2015, that we have the true consensus that mechanical thrombectomy become the very urgent, and we need a lot more doctors everywhere in the world. So by doing that is neuroscience subspecialty, interventional neuroradiology, and we were trying to say that, oh, we should need 4 years, we should not X amount of cases to pass all the things, and we put a lot of things into that training. In Thailand, we do receive certified board in neurosurgery, neuroradiology, and neurology for full 2 years to be trained and practice with us. And even by that time, the S.I.S also agreed that it's more to the neuroscience side. I'm saying this because when the acute ischemic stroke arrived, truly arrived in 2015, we will look at, there are in the region that you have no interventionalists, either body interventionalists, you have good cardiology who have a lot of experience in catheterized supraaortic arteries. So is there any roles of bringing them to help us for the mechanical thrombectomy in the East even? So it's again up to the countries and society and a region that, however, we recommend that you should come for the training at least after being experienced in supraaortic catheterization, at least 1 more year. And then we try to put the short knowledge of neurovascular anatomy, because not all occluded arteries are clogged. Not all are atherosclerotic narrowing. There are a lot of anatomical variation, include fenestration, include dissection, and include other diseases that you need to know before you just put the aspiration catheter or the stent retriever to get the clot out. So we try to balance all these, and I would just say that if you want to train non-neuro person, there are some roles that you should go for the benchmark of your outcome that you can be able to treat in acceptable result and time. So this is what I said, that it's a nightmare for us to have this. And yeah, we put still qualified neurointerventionalists. And this is up to each country. What do you mean by qualified neurointerventionalists? And then the last publication that I think it's come up with 2016 is a training guideline for endovascular stroke intervention. So that many society has come up to discuss together. And still we put that geographical limitation to rapid access to acute stroke center have led some of the suggest physicians without prior experience or formal training to come up in the front row. So at least the qualification that you should put, even the non-neuro, are a kind of national standard of each country. At least the diagnosis and management of acute stroke, interpretation of cerebroangiography, neuroimaging, and the supervision of the board-certified neuroradiologist, neurologist, and neurosurgeon. So it's still doing the recommendation, baseline recommendation. And the national accrediting body is very important. In Thailand, we have the Thai Medical Council to cover the Royal College of Radiology or of Neurosurgery, to make sure that you have the national accredited body to do the accredited and re-accredited if it is necessary. So this is what has been published, and you can go looking for it in details. And you know, minimum of 16 hours of stroke-specific education every 2 years is suggested. I mean, there are some details that how to look at doctors who are coming for the acute ischemic stroke management. In Thailand, even we have problem of whom or who will control that this trained short-term, like 1 year training, will perform only mechanical thrombectomy and not other ischemic or hemorrhagic disease. This is very difficult because even in my country, you wait until there is a court case that, you know, you will be asked, where is your certified board in doing this thing? And this is what I can recommend here. I doubt that you did already, because after 2015, we come back to our country and we produce our own Thai guideline. It's not exactly the same because it depends on how you have neurologists, how many in each area. And I highly recommend that. I'm sitting in between all the neurologists in that area. And at least we made it, I think in 2016, about a year later. So this is grossly what I want to insist, and I'm more than happy to be part of the basic training that you should pass on. Thank you.